So simultaneous shifts. What happens when both supply and demand change simultaneously? And demand change simultaneously. One does not cause the other though. One does not cause the other. So what happens if, let's say, supply decreases and demand increases at the same time? So let's draw our market, and we're talking about any product right now, it doesn't matter what. Your initial market, your supply, your demand, your initial P1, Q1, your initial equilibrium. Now the scenario says that supply is decreasing, so remember, it says supply decreasing, not quantity supply. So we know that supply is shifting or decreasing this way. This is your S1. And what's the other part saying? The other part is saying that demand is increasing. Demand increases this way. This is your D1. Now, where the new supply and new demand curve meet, that's your new equilibrium. So, this is your new supply, right? This is your new supply curve. This is your new demand curve, and where they meet is your new equilibrium point. We'll call this P2 and Q2. Why is this not your new equilibrium point? This is the new demand curve and the old supply curve. So that's not going to be your new equilibrium point. Your new equilibrium point is where both of the new curves are meeting. Okay? So generally from previously, we know that when supply decreases, price, quantity, equilibrium price decreases, and equilibrium price increases and equilibrium quantity decreases. And from previously, we know that when demand increases, equilibrium price increases, equilibrium quantity increases. When they both happen simultaneously, price will definitely increase because they both have this factor common in them, right? Previously, when supply decreased, this was happening. Price was going up and quantity was going down. When supply was increasing previously, this was happening. Equilibrium price was going up, quantity was also going up. Now when they both happen together simultaneously, price will definitely go up because they both have that same factor in it. But quantity may increase or decrease. Price will definitely go up, but quantity may increase or decrease. So you can see that at the new equilibrium price, the price is definitely higher. That's your new price. But quantity could be, it could be here, it could be here. Quantity could go this way or that way. Either way. What happens if supply increases and demand also increases? So usually when supply increases, your price goes down and your quantity increases. And usually when demand goes up, your price goes up and your quantity also goes up. So in this case, if they're both happening simultaneously, quantity will definitely go up. Quantity will definitely go up. Price may increase or decrease. And you can even draw it out to see. Supply is increasing. This is your, we'll call it S1. Demand is also increasing. We'll call this D1. So this was your initial equilibrium point. Now this is your initial equilibrium point where the new supply and demand are meeting. It's not this one because here the demand is new but the supply curve is the old one. So the new equilibrium is where both the new supply and new demand are meeting. That's the new equilibrium. So we'll call this Q1. Now price can be, it could either be here or it could be here. There are two options for it. It could go up or it could go down. But equilibrium definitely increases. If price is here, it's definitely increasing. If price is down here, it's definitely decreasing. But we don't know that for sure. Quantity, we're sure that it's increasing. Two options for price, okay? It could go up or it could go down. So, it always helps to draw these things. When you draw them, you'll see that you'll be able to see what's going on. So this is a little summary. When demand decreases alone, equilibrium price decreases, quantity decreases. When demand increases, price increases, quantity increases. When supply decreases, equilibrium price goes up, equilibrium quantity goes down. When supply increases, price decreases, equilibrium quantity goes up. No matter what the changes are, market will always go back to the equilibrium point. Yes?
For the graph, on the graph, the price equilibrium, does it stay the same?
For this,
Yeah.
the price,
Yes, it's.
no, price will not stay the same. Well, it could stay the same too, yeah. It could stay the same, or it could go up, or it could go down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. So there are many options for it. We don't know. It could go up, it could go down, it could stay the same too.
Okay.
So in the previous example, when we weren't sure about quantity, it could also, quantity could go up, could go down, or it stay the same. For simultaneous, so this was like, you know, our previous stuff. For simultaneous changes, I don't know how to spell simultaneous. Changes in supply and demand. When supply and demand increases, price could go up, down, or stay the same, but quantity would definitely go up. When supply and demand decreases, price could go up, down, or stay the same, but quantity will definitely decrease. When demand increases and supply decreases, price will go up and quantity may increase, decrease, or stay the same. When demand goes down and supply goes up, price decreases, quantity may increase, decrease, or stay the same. None of this is for you to memorize. It should make sense when a question on a multiple choice asks you supply and demand are decreasing. Draw the graph. Draw the supply and demand. Draw that it's decreasing, supply is decreasing, demand is decreasing, and see what's happening. Okay? So, not for you to memorize, but it is a summary of the whole scenario situation.
Both two or there's no equilibrium quantity or not?
Which one?
The uppermost decrease, yeah.
This?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's also equilibrium.
Yeah.
That we're just talking about equilibrium prices and quantities. Okay. Now, let's talk about something else. Does anyone have a question on this? This will take a little bit to absorb, so go home, stare at it, study it, literally look at it for a half hour, and then you should be good. So now we're going to talk again about preservation price and maximum willingness to buy and minimum willingness to sell. When you're selling something, remember if I am selling something, my willingness to sell is at its minimum unless I'm getting a good value for it. So unless somebody's paying me an adequate amount of money, I'm not going to be willing to sell it. With a buyer, his maximum willingness to buy is based on benefits. If he is getting the benefits from the product he's buying greater than the money he's paying, then he'll buy it. So if I'm going to buy a camera and it's costing me $200, the benefits I'm getting from this camera has to be greater than the price that I'm paying for it. Otherwise, I won't buy it, right? So these are the psychologies of buyers and sellers. So we're going to do an example where Edmund sold second edition core macroeconomics book to Priggle for $25. So just looking at this statement, just by looking at this statement, what can you tell about this transaction? Based on what I just said about maximum willingness to buy and minimum willingness to sell.